Good afternoon guys and welcome back to the Everyday Golfer. Today you will see we are testing the new Big Bertha driver. Good afternoon guys and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Frankie with his new visor. You can tell it's summer.
Yeah,
and
it's lovely.
I've got a bit of a surprise for Frankie today. So we are testing the Big Bertha driver, which is a driver that Frankie never thought he'd probably test.
No, probably not.
It wouldn't be one that a three-handed or two-handicap, I do apologise, Frankie,
yeah,
would pick up off the shelf. But we're going to show you today how this driver, that one of the most forgiving drivers, a driver that's designed to help people stop slicing the golf ball, which your bad shot is.
Yeah, sometimes.
Sometimes it's a bit of a slice. So this is designed, obviously we're going to talk through the technology, but it's designed to get straighter shots, find more fairways. We're going to compare it to the total opposite of what Frank is currently using, which is the TSI 3. So again, not the most forgiving from Titleist, a smaller profile. We're going to see how he does and what he'd expect. Right, Frankie, we'll go two with yours first. So Frankie, obviously looking at drivers this year, this is not one that you've probably looked at.
No. I've tried the Paradigm, not the Big Bertha.
Which Paradigm did you try? Was it the Triple Diamond?
Triple Diamond, but not forgiving enough for me.
So again, very much what we see from low handicap golfers. We're going to go and try the lower spinning clubs, so the more, well, the ones that aren't the most forgiving, which is often the case. But could this driver help Frankie? So a little bit of a Healy one fading back.
That's where I need the forgiveness.
You need the forgiveness. In again. So very consistent there with that, Frankie.
Yeah.
Right, let's switch over as we talk through technology on this driver. This driver, we've got a forward CG, but as Frankie looks down at it, we want to think, right, how does it look behind the ball to Frankie? Does it look like a spaceship?
A little bit, yeah.
So
it's massive and a bit offset, which is a bit not like the drivers I'm used to using.
Yeah, so certainly something that Frankie wouldn't pick up and think, oh, that's similar to mine. So this is where it'll be very interesting to see the numbers, which we're going to do shortly, and see how it compares with spin and distance. Oh, Frankie. So it does design to launch a little bit higher, and that straight away launched higher, no movement.
Went straighter.
And went straighter. So let's hit another one, Frankie. Using the same ball here, so a Pro V1, the ball that Frankie uses in his competitions. Two more drives with each driver on the 9th hole here, and then get in and see some numbers. Again, higher launch. How did it feel, Frankie?
It felt alright actually.
Yeah,
that was a bit Healy, but felt alright.
Healy, but actually drew a little bit or stayed pretty straight.
Definitely not as much shape as mine. Might be the key to success. So
we're down here now. Two left are the TSI 3, so the less forgiving driver. And then just here a little bit further, but it's more on the line of that, is the Big Bertha. So interestingly enough, Frankie, sound and feel from the driver.
Yeah, feel good, sound good. Not how I expected.
No, again, a duller sound. It wasn't like the loud sound you expect from
I thought it might feel a little bit, or sound a little bit loud and like, I don't know, a bit soft or something, but it felt good.
But not bad at all for, like you're saying, it's a cheaper driver. Again, the Big Bertha, as we can see, is coming in at around about probably £100 cheaper than the Paradigm and the new drivers on the market. But we're going to go and look at some numbers now before we head over to the tee over there and hit a couple more. So let's talk numbers now. So we can see straight away on the screen, you'll see the numbers from the Big Bertha. So the average here was 242.5 carry, 269 total, club head speed of 102.6. So we know that this should be a little bit more high spinning, and it's coming in at 2,778 on average. Interestingly enough, obviously the peak height there is around, well, the highest one was well over 30 feet in the air, so a little bit higher than if we move over now. We're seeing the highest one with the TSI 3 was still under 30 feet high. So let's look at the numbers there though. 102.4 club head speed, so very similar, but it was carrying that little bit further due to the more penetrating flight. 243.2, only a yard in it. running out a little bit further, so for Frankie getting that a little bit more distance, and we can see the spin rate was down with the better launch conditions. But let's get back out on the golf course now and hit a couple more. Right, so Frankie's here on the 9th tee. We are now going to go Big Bertha first because he's enjoyed it so much. But
I love it.
Numbers you'll see there, as we'd expect. The Big Bertha launches a little bit higher. It's got that little bit more spin. We can see actually dispersion was pretty good. Not as long total due to the launch of the TSI 3, which Frankie has used for a while now. And that is a fantastic,
that's lovely, that.
Towering, I can't say draw or fake, so it was bullet straight and down the middle, so.
I think it's all in the Big Bertha, it's got to be.
It's all in the Big Bertha. So this is where, it's not a club that Frankie would normally test, and if you are a lower handicapper or even a mid handicapper, don't be put off by this, just because it's designed to be more forgiving and get a little bit of higher launch. This could be great. We're going to give this a go with mid-handicap Dave because we know he launches it a little bit too low, so this could be a driver that finally gets him a new one. That is unbelievable.
I reckon this is the one for Dave. Might be the one for me, to be fair.
A towering draw there. So a great club coming in at £500, as you can see on screen. So a good looking driver. We'll show you shortly, obviously, the overheads of the different sizes in heads and how the profile sits. But Frankie's certainly liking it because that, I think, is 2 fairways and quite a long tee shot. Right, back to what he knows. Straight away, a lower launch. A great line there if it's long enough.
Definitely launches lower, but I don't know if it's...
Sound, what does the sound like? So do you feel like the sound's pretty similar? Would you be...
I don't know if it sounds duller with the Big Bertha, which I didn't expect, to be fair.
No,
I thought it was going to be really loud.
Yeah, you think from something that's a little bit cheaper, more forgiving, it's normally tinny.
Yeah, but it sounds good.
It's a big tick, sound and feel. So interesting, that's a similar line to the second Big Bertha, so it'll be very interesting to see the distance. We know it ran out a little bit more on the TrackMan. What's it done here? So down here now, and this is exactly what we expect, a higher launching driver, not much run at all. Down here, around about 20 yards further, is the Titleist. It was on a better line, but it came out lower, certainly ran out a little bit more. And we can see Frankie and his visor, he stood right on his Titleist, exactly the same line, but again here, no real run, so probably 10 yards. So interestingly enough there, what we'd expect from these drivers being a little bit of lower launching, running out a little bit further, but the carry is great with the Big Bertha, the feel is great, but it's not what we want this time of the year, and it'll be interesting to see what it's like with Dave. So we can see the difference in profile there. Frankie's going to pick these up now and we'll show you from the bottom side exactly how they look a little bit different. So we can see straight away there the difference in size, but that's exactly what we'd expect. But Frankie said, interestingly enough, on the tee there, what did you say about the Big Bertha?
It feels the same everywhere on the face, because the ones on 7 I necked a bit, and then I middled them two and they felt the exact same.
Yeah, so
but then with this you can really tell.
Yeah, if you heel the TSI you get a little bit more feedback, so you're saying that yes, it is forgiving, but you don't know when you've hit it out of the middle or not.
No, exactly, which could be a good thing, but I don't know, maybe when you hit a good one it doesn't do as much as when you hit a Titleist one good. It's just one of them.
That's it. Right guys, we're going to leave it there. Frankie's going to be testing some more clubs this week, so watch out on the channel for more of Frankie and the Visor.